Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to find the keyword at the end of an activity. Your first lesson that you have to find that keyword for is lesson 1.04, and I'm getting a lot of questions about I go to the checkpoint and I can't find, it says it put in a keyword and I don't know what that is. So this video should hopefully alleviate those questions and help you find the correct word so you can get your checkpoint, full credit for your checkpoint, and get it done. Okay, so once again, today is September 15th, and we can see from the calendar that you have lesson 104 First Americans to do. So I'm clicking over here on the calendar, and everything is broken down nicely. It says begin 1.04 First Americans. Print and or save the Chapter 1 summary, which I can find in the activity resources area. Complete the Native American Culture Groups activity. Save the word given to you at the very end of the activity. Read the Chapter 1 highlights and click on 1.04 checkpoint and complete the checkpoint activity. Okay, so that's a rough sketch of what I have to do. So now I'm going to go down, and the lesson is broken into several parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, completing the checkpoint. So I'm going to start, of course, with the top, because we always start at the top, okay? And lesson introduction, First Americans. And oh, what's this lesson resources button? Does anybody remember from the prior video I made last week? What can I find in lesson resources? I can find things like my Chapter 1 summary, and sometimes I can also find the reading guides there. So I did mention to use the Chapter 1 summary, and you click on that and it'll load. And you'll use that. And here's your Chapter 1 summary. And make sure you hang on to that, save it to a file on your computer or print it out, because this is a really nice summary of the North American peoples prior to 1500. Okay, so I looked through this and I got that done. So let's go back to where I was, click out of that, and I'm going to read through the lesson introduction. And I'm a speed reader, so I finished it already. Then I'm going to click to the next page. And it goes through the goals of the lesson. Speed reader. So I went through that. Go to the next page. Same thing. You can see I can also find my materials, my lesson resources here as well. Several different places. And I'm done. I'm going to go to the next one. And that brings us to the daily checklist. Now let's go back a second. Okay. So you see how I'm just using the arrow to click through? That's perfectly fine. I'm now at the Learn Daily Checklist. If we go back here to the beginning of the lesson, that's also the second module. You might want to call it a module. I don't know if that you like, that's how I'm calling it. I don't know if that's what you call it. So you don't necessarily have to go back every time and okay, now I'm done with this one, now I have to click here. No, if you just arrow through the lesson, it'll take you to each of those different modules. So here's the checklist, tells me what I need to do. And go to the next slide, the next page. And here I see North American Culture Groups. And I'm reading through this and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, there's something, a hyperlink it looks like here, Native American Culture Groups. Maybe I should click on that. Yes, you should, because this is the online activity you need to go through to find the keyword at the end. So you're going to go through this, and I read it really fastly, and I'm going to quickly, not fastly, bad grammar, click on a region to identify it. And you're going to answer some questions, and this is where your Chapter 1 summary that you printed off would be really handy to have. And you're going to answer the questions. And I was right. Now continue on. And you'll continue on through the activity. There'll be some other prompts, and at the very end there'll be a little box that comes up and it'll say you completed this activity, and there'll be a little shaded box with the word in the middle. And that's the word you'll need for the checkpoint. So that's how you're going to get to that. Okay? Let's click on Activity Resources. That brings us our Chapter 1 summary again. Continuing to the rest of the lesson. This is the Chapter 1 highlights. You'll read through those. And then it says checkpoint due. And I need to do a checkpoint. So there's the instructions for the checkpoint. Enter the word you received at the end of the Native American Culture Group's online activity. Okay, I'm going to go next. Next page. And it took me to the next lesson. So we'll go back to the First Americans, and I'm going to go to the checkpoint link. And here is where I will. All right, so then you click down here, start your quiz, and it says it'll take a few minutes to load. Yep. And eventually it'll bring up your quiz, and it says enter the word you received when you completed the Native American Culture Group's activity. And that is where you'll put in the word to receive points for your 1.04 checkpoint. So hopefully that clears up any questions you have. And if you have any questions, let myself or Mrs. Hatteberg know. Best of luck to you.